Yo, Cheese back with another one. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys my best MLB player props for Saturday, May the 16th. But first, make sure you drop a like on the video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. If this video gets up to 150 likes, I will give out a free week of VIP to a random comment. If you guys would like to join my VIP, just hit the winnable link in my description. Now, before we get to the picks for today, I have a public service announcement. I've been getting a lot of DMs. I've been getting a lot of messages. Cheese, you putting out bad picks. How are you charging this much for picks? First and foremost, I'm pretty sure I have the cheapest VIP available. It's like $45 for a month. You go over to some of these guys, you paying $300 a month, $600 a month, $1,000 a month. So my VIP price is probably the lowest in the game, being completely honest. But something else. So if you look at our main play, we had Tobias Harris, Donovan Mitchell, and Cade Cunningham. I have people that's mad at me because professional NBA players can't hit their lowest outline. I'm sorry to tell you guys, but when you have a capper, when you're buying picks from somebody, we don't have connections to the sports books. We don't have inside information. All we're doing is sitting down for hours and hours and bringing you guys the best plays. It is not my fault that Tobias Harris couldn't get 22 PRA. He did it in his last 10 games. I think something people don't want to hear. Gambling isn't guaranteed. It doesn't matter who you follow. It doesn't matter who you tell. Every single play can miss. But shout out to the real ones. And let's get to business. So our NBA slips both completely flopped. Tobias Harris didn't get 22 PRA, his lowest out. Donovan Mitchell did not cash his outline. And Cade Cunningham did not cash his outline. Guys, it happens. But if you look at the stats for those three players, you definitely wouldn't take the under. That's something else that's crazy. You know, people be like, well, Cheese, this was a bad pick, Cheese. You went 0 for 3. So you were going to take Tobias Harris under 21.5 PRA, even though he was on a 10-game streak. You're going to take Donovan Mitchell under when the Cavs are trying to close out the series. You're going to take Cade Cunningham under when they're trying to not go home. Guys, it's sports betting. BS happens. And on the right, Stefan Castle went absolutely nuclear. Anthony Edwards in a must-win game does nothing. And for the first time this series, Victor Wembanyama gets no rebounds, no assists. It just happens. It's sports betting. If you can't handle the ups and downs, stop betting. I'm just being honest with you. All right. Actually, take this gum out. It's fucking me up. So going over to the VIP streets, I did take a live bet on the Detroit Pistons money line. They got it done. We did have Aaron Nola under outs and Trey Savage over Case. And we did have O'Neal Cruz, CJ Abrams, Randy Arozarena. And this WNBA slip was actually given out in the community. Caitlin Clark over PRA, Sonia Citron over fantasy points, and Kennedy Carter over fantasy. I actually added Kennedy Carter myself. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys would like me to cover WNBA. I personally don't like it that much, but if it's what you guys want, I can put together some pretty good plays. So, again, guys, 150 likes on this video, I will give out a free week of VIP to a random comment. If you want to join VIP, just hit the winnable link in my description. And without further ado, let's get to business. So no NBA Saturday. We're going all MLB. And our first play of the day is going to be Maikel Garcia. We're going to be taking him over 0.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And he is going to be going up against Kyle Leahy. So Maikel is over this line in 23 out of his last 29 games. And we make this a little bit smaller. He's over this line in 9 out of his last 10 games. Bobby Witt Jr. is a great hitter, but everybody I've talked to that's a Royals fan says Garcia is actually better than Bobby Witt. We could probably take Garcia at 1.5. We just took him at 1.5 VIP and he cashed us out. But I'm not going to be greedy, guys. I'm going to just take him for 0.5. That's all that we need. Going up against Kyle Leahy, he has 3 at-bats, 1 hit, 1 total base. 300 batting average pretty much. So I like Garcia. I like Garcia a lot. And also, Bobby Witt comes up right after him. Vinny P after him. So even if Garcia gets a walk being a leadoff batter, I can definitely see him getting a run. But you're probably not going to walk Garcia because you got Bobby Witt coming up. So you got to pitch to Garcia, and I think he can get a hit. So first play of the day, Maikel Garcia over 0.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. So staying in this same game, we're actually going to be taking Jordan Walker over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. So Jordan Walker's over this line in 12 out of his last 20 games. He's over this line in 6 out of his last 10 games. So you guys may be like, okay, Cheese, how did you get to this play? So the first thing I'm looking at actually is the pitcher he's going up against, Noah Cameron. And guys, Noah has been getting torched this season. So in his last, let's make this smaller. So Noah over his last 5 starts is averaging 7.5 earned runs. My dog is just giving it up. He's gonna get hit up. That's just what it is. And guys, I am using Props Madness. If you want to try it out for your player prop research, use the link in my description. Get a discount on your first purchase. He's been getting lit up, guys. So I don't see why anything changes here. So we have, excuse me. So if we go to the lineup, we have JJ Weatherholt leading off, who's great. We have Ivan Herrera, who is solid. We have Jordan Walker, who we're betting on, who has the best numbers. Coming up behind him, we have Alec Burleson, who also has great numbers. And then we have Mason Wynn, who is always good to crack a single. To be honest, Jordan Walker just might go yard. I'm not going to lie. He just hit a home run last game. He had a home run like 3 games ago as well. But yeah, I love Jordan Walker over his 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs going up against Noah Cameron. And let's see the last play for the first slip. Yes, guys, I got you 2 slips. I got you 6 plays. It's what we do. We're going to be taking our guy Yordan Alvarez, one of the best batters in the league, over 0.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Over this line in 13 out of his last 20. Over this line in 6 out of his last 10. So what I'm looking at is he's going up against Jacob deGrom. 3 at-bats, 2 hits, 5 total bases, 1 home run. I'm going to be honest, deGrom, he just different this year. You know, he not... He not where he need to be. But we have Yordan Alvarez, who is an elite batter, and we have him with a great matchup going up against Jacob deGrom. And again, guys, I don't really like deGrom's current form. So looking at him as far as earned runs, actually, okay, he's not giving up much. In the last 3 games, he's played pretty good. deGrom is... I'm not saying he's due for a bad game, but he could possibly get touched up a little bit. Strikeouts at 7.5. I don't know. I guess I haven't been paying as much attention to deGrom. But I do know that I watched his Yankees game where he gave up 6 earned runs, so that was the main thing that was on my mind. But I'm pretty sure Yordan Alvarez can do what he's been doing against deGrom. So, yeah, back to Yordan. So, last play for the first slip, we're going to be taking Yordan Alvarez over 0.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. All right. Since it's all MLB, I'll actually go through all the picks first, and then we can review the slips. So, next up, we're going to be going to my Phillies, and we're going to be taking Bryce Harper over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. He's over this in 11 out of his last 20 games. He's over this in 5 out of his last 10. And you're probably like, Cheese, how are you getting to Bryce Harper? I got you. Going up against Bubba Chandler, he has 3 at-bats, 2 hits, 5 total bases, and a home run. Actually, I don't think this is accurate. I think this was what I was just looking at deGrom versus Yordan Alvarez. Props Madness is great, especially for NBA, but they're still working out some kinks as far as MLB. But I'm going to tell you how I got the Bryce Harper over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Bubba Chandler is not the best pitcher. So what I was looking at specifically is, okay, so his last start, he went 5 innings, 1 walk, which is not that bad. It don't show home runs on here, but I was looking at it, and he's actually giving up a deal. Oh, never mind. Oh, nah, for batters. He's given up a home run in pretty much every game, and in some games he's given up 2 home runs. Last start he had 1 walk, The start before that, 6 walks. Before that, 4 walks. Before that, 3 walks. I mean, he walks a lot, guys. And when you're going up against the Phillies, you can't afford to walk guys. He's probably going to walk Cal Schwarber because if he doesn't, Schwarber is going to send a bomb. And if you decide to walk Schwarber, then we have Bryce Harper coming up next. So I think Bubba Chandler is going to walk. He's going to have too many people on the bases. And Bryce is going to come up and just knock in like a 1-run single. I looked at taking Trey Turner over his 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs as well. It's actually bumped up to 2.5. But Trey is our leadoff batter. So if Trey gets a hit, he gets on base. Schwarber gets walked. We got Bryce Harper coming up. He can send both guys in with a single or a double. But yeah, guys, as you see, a lot of thought goes into these plays. They don't just get thrown out. But I like Bryce Harper over his 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, and it's currently minus 134 on DraftKings. All right, so going to the Brewers game, we're going to be taking Bryce Turang over just 0.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Isn't that crazy? Just need Bryce to come out here and do what he's been doing. Over this line is 16 out of his last 20 games. Over this line in 9 out of his last 10 games. And he's going up against Connor Prelup, who is... he all right, I guess. So taking a look at this lineup, Jackson Chourio is elite. He's the leadoff batter. Then we have Bryce Turang. Then we have William Contreras. It's just Turang is in a great spot. If Chourio gets walked, he has 1 on base. He can knock in with a sac fly, 1-run single. And if Turang gets on base, Contreras cannot come in. But we don't even need the 1.5. We just need the 0.5. I think Turang can get a hit. If not, he can get a run or RBI. But I mean, guys, it is Bryce Turang, and we're talking about the Milwaukee Brewers. If you don't know anything about baseball, last year the Brewers were so crazy. And actually, if Christian Yelich was in his lineup, I guess he's hurt right now, they'll be even more crazy. But the Brew Crew is still looking pretty good this year. But our play is going to be Bryce Turang over 0.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. All right, last play of the day. And yeah, it's 12 o'clock on my end, guys. I took a nap that ended up going up to like 4 hours. I did not mean to do that. All right, so last play of the day, we're going to be taking Michael Harris over 0.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. He's over this line in 15 out of his last 20. And if we look at his last 10, he's over this in 7 out of his last 10. If we look at him his last 7 games, though, he's over this line in 7 out of his last 7 games. So he's actually favored to go over his 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I'm going to take him at 0.5 because he is going up against Peyton Toll, who's actually been fairly solid this season. But Michael Harris went like on a 20-plus hit streak last season, and it was just crazy. I told him for at least like 10 of those games. The Braves are still the best team in baseball. And with Michael Harris, let's take a look at the lineup. We have Dubon. We have Drake Baldwin, Ozzie Albies, Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Michael Harris. So generally what's probably going to happen is Dubon, Baldwin, and Ozzie is going to be an inning. And in the next inning, we're going to have Austin Riley and Michael Harris. I have not brought Austin Riley on the channel yet. Some of you guys might not know him, but my guy's a dog, and he's going to be up here soon. But we just need Michael to keep doing what he's doing and also extend this 7-game hit streak. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's actually a little more fun talking about MLB than NBA. So these are going to be our slips. We're taking Miguel Garcia for 0.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. We're taking Jordan Walker for 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And we're taking Yordan Alvarez for 0.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Second slip, we're going to be taking Bryce Harper for 2 hits, runs, and RBIs. We're going to be taking Bryce Turang for 0.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And we're going to be taking Michael Harris for 0.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. So again, thank you guys that are supporting the channel, that are watching the channel. I appreciate all of you guys. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at cheese.picks. 100 likes on this video, I will give out a free week of VIP to a random comment. If you guys want to join VIP, just hit the winnable link in my description. But I'm Cheese. Let's make some cheese. Your boy gone. Hey.